Now, one thing that cannot be overshadowed is the performance of Steph Curry yesterday. Now, if you've been paying attention to the NBA season, the Warriors kind of sputtered out of the gate. They don't have Clay. They didn't have Draymond. And people were kind of putting some slander on the Steph Curry name, and he responded with a 62-point performance yesterday. Jalen, what message did Curry send with this great game against the Blazers?
The message that he's going to need to send all season if they're going to be a playoff team and if they're going to advance, that he's an all-NBA first-team caliber player and the best point guard in the league. It was great after watching him play 5 games last year to see him get back to this elite, outstanding level where his usage was up, his minutes and his effectiveness was really high. Draymond Green being out there had a lot to do with it with his screens and his playmaking. But also Steph Curry has to put the league and the fans and the world on notice that yes, we're not the favorite to win it all this year, but I'm going to make sure I do work. That's what we saw Russ do when KD left OKC. That's what we see Harden doing. That's what we see Dame Lillard doing in Portland. So Steph Curry is charged with doing that. It was great to see him score 62.
Jalen, I have a confession. I was one of the doubters. I was watching these early Warriors games. I was thinking to myself, like, they might not even make the playoffs. Like, they're actually developing Wiseman. Wiggins doesn't really look right. Oubre wasn't hitting shots. And I was like, this team doesn't look very good. But a performance like this from Steph, if you're going to get half of this from Steph every night, they can not just make the playoffs, but make some noise. I don't think Oubre will continue to shoot this poorly. I think Wiggins will come into his own. I think Wiseman will develop. Like, this is going to be a very interesting team to watch. And one thing I love about this performance is Steph was not shy about it. He said, I heard all of you. I heard everything you were saying. And that motivated me to put up 62 points on the Blazers to a team over the past few years who are sort of leapfrogging the Warriors in the standings.
The only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. And when early in the year, when people like you were doubting, you know what he did? He made 105 straight shots from three-point range. He was in the gym continuing to work on his craft. And then it paid off in a major way. And the result was the 62-point game. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what I like that I saw. Him be able to take those performances and now all of a sudden have his breakthrough signature performance of this early season.
Jalen, you and I both know what really turned around the season for Steph Curry, right? Me and you both know what really happened. What really made this 62-point performance happen? What is it?
I'm glad you reminded me. Because when he was making that 105, he took the braids out.
Braids are too tight.
When he had, they were struggling. I said it, and you know how much I love Steph. But I'm not a cool kid. I'm not a cool kid. So I'm not acting like I know what the style is. You see what I'm saying? But either way, they must have been too tight. Because now his scalp can breathe, Jacoby. Look at that.
He's good.
Now
he's
loose.
free. Look at that hair.
He's free.
He's so much free. All that tension released from his cranium. He's free to breathe, free to hit 105 threes in a row. And it felt like he hit 105 threes yesterday against the Blazers.
We got to ask him. We got to get him on the show.
Steph Curry, you know the braids were
this.
too tight. You talk about the motivation from people like me doubting you. It was really the braids were too tight at the beginning of the season. And finally, we want you to admit that on wax.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.